Bret Boone is the Rangers hitting coach. He's obviously had a great podcast for years, obviously an amazing career in the bigs. And now you blink, Bret, and here you are doing interviews as the Rangers hitting coach. Great to have you on, dude. How's life the first week and a half or so on the job?
Hey guys, good to see you. A whirlwind, but I'm getting a little acclimated now. Got my housing set up, all the important stuff. Got my car washed today. So we're easing in. No, it's been great. It was, crazy story, and the fact that I'm sitting here. I even woke up. I'm getting on the plane last Monday. I woke up and I thought, what am I doing? And then I got on the plane, got to Fenway, and it all made sense. So far so good. Boys are swinging a little bit. We got a tough series starting tonight with Houston, but so far so good. It's cool to be back. It is.
What do we call you? What do we call you? Because Bret, do we call you Boone? We can't call you Booney because that's your brother, Aaron.
You can call me Boone? Whatever you want, AJ. AJ, you're good. You're good like that. You can call me whatever you want.
Okay, so I got to tell this story, and my wife and Bret and I, we go 20 years. We go back, right?
Yeah.
And so Bret used to have a shirt that said "I know Boone," and I got one. I wish I still had that shirt. It was like 3 sizes ago, but I wish I still had that shirt because it was made from like cotton, like the old cotton T-shirts that were like, they stuck to you. But I wore it all the time. It said "I know Boone," so I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
Well, maybe they'll come back if the Rangers keep hitting like this.
A lot of those shirts out there, Rage.
Yep.
What do the hitters call you? Is that a tough acclimation process?
It is. Well, I think it's just kind of through the years, starting with my grandpa. He was Booney, then my dad was Booney, then I was Booney, then Aaron was Booney. Then, like AJ said, they call me the Boone, and that was Mark McLemore, a teammate of mine, gave me that name. Because Mac played with my dad, and he said, you can't be Booney because I played with Bob Boone, and that's the real Booney. So you're the Boone. So no, guys call me Bret, and most of the players just Booney when I'm walking by, which for the most part, that's kind of been all of us wherever we go. Booney, you just kind of turn your head. Which one are they talking to? So anything, long as these guys hit, I told them you can call me whatever you want.
Who? Do they know who you were? Did any of these guys? Did you
AJ,
walk in and have to introduce yourself?
We're getting to that point where it's like, don't you know who I used to be? So
yeah,
some of them do, some of them are aware. You got some older players, Marcus Semien, he remembers. But some of these young guys, Wyatt Langford, I look at Wyatt, I said, last time I was in a uni, you were probably 3. So yeah, it's these days, AJ, they Google you. If they got any problems, they just Google you. So
yes. By the way, have they seen your commercial? Have they seen? Have we had this conversation? Have we seen your commercial? Your one commercial that you have more than one, but the bat flip, rake flip, where you're walking around flipping. Here it is. We found it.
Wow.
We literally had to go to the dark web to find this thing.
Yes.
There it is. Golf club.
You know what? At the right time, these guys will enjoy that.
Oh, that's so good.
Watch it. Like spoon flip. I mean. Toothbrush
flip. That's an amazing commercial.
Oh, it's the all-time. And the outfits were even better. By the way, the outfits you're rocking in that commercial make that commercial.
That's early 2000 vintage. That's what we did back then. Very cool.
That's incredible. All right.
You had to play against him in Safeco to really appreciate that commercial because nobody could hit a ball to right center. And Boone would hit one, and he just – first of all, he'd talk trash when he's in the box, and he'd hit it, and he'd just go, ha, Safeco. Flip it and go like 10 rows right. You're like, what? Nobody can even do that. How the hell are you doing this?
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, now the kid – they'll get me in the cage here messing around when we got a little lull in the action. I just don't have that spring anymore. It's just not there.
Well, Langford does. He went oppo yesterday. So tell me about, let's get into biz for a few minutes here. Tell me about what happens once you get here. Like, are you meeting one-on-one with players? Like, how can I be helpful? Is there anything that you felt we should do differently that I can bring to the table? Like, how do you solve the equation to help a team that clearly wanted to make a change on offense?
Well, When I got the call from Boch and myself, I only played for him 1 year, but we have a long-standing relationship, and I knew the reason him and CY reached out and wanted to make a change. We discussed it briefly, but I'm embracing currently what hitters and how they train and the metrics, and I'm simplifying it as much as I can. I came in, I was a little bit quiet at the beginning. I really got to figure out these guys individually. We're all so different. I might say one thing that resonates with one player, and that's going to be, it's not going to resonate with another. So I'm more figuring out personalities, what makes them tick. But when you get down to it, it's great hitting is great hitting, and that starts with a great approach. I said, the one thing I want you guys to do is I want you to start watching the game. These iPads, they're great. Don't get me wrong. I'm envious of the technologies these guys have at their fingertips. I wanted all the information you could give me, but there's a time and a place for it. So do your iPad work, find out where that pitch was. Now there's a reliever coming in. I want you on this top step, and I want you to watch this guy. I want you to talk to your players. Righties talk to righties. Lefties talk to lefties. What'd they do last time to you? What's going on in the game? What's the scoreboard say? Who's hitting behind you? Does he have success off this guy? Or does he not have success? That's going to give you a little intel. Are they going to come at me, or are they going to pitch around me with a base open? These are little things that I learned second half of my career that were really beneficial. The basics are keep your brain through the middle of the field. You can never go wrong with that. And then your skill set individually is going to take over for where your strengths are. So yeah, I'm still kind of feeling them out a little bit, but it's been 9 days now. I'm getting to know the guys a little better. They're comfortable with me now. I've got Seth and Justin with me, also the hitting guys for Texas. They've been great. And I just said, we're background players. Here we are. It's all about the players. And if we individually can get that good thought into their mind when they get to the batter's box, that's what it's all about. I said something the other day. I said, if that peanut lady in the 18th row can help you get a hit, let's get her down here in the dugout right now. That's what it's all about. Getting hits, moving that merry-go-round, moving runners. The big thing is I've talked about every at-bat's not the same. I go up in the first inning and not a situation. I'm going to find out what's the tone going to be here. And I've set the tone. I think first at-bats are really important. Creating the narrative for what's going to happen in your second at-bat and your third. I think the first game of a series sets the tone. What do you do individually? It kind of makes, AJ will tell you this as a catcher. Sometimes I got to hit off the catcher. Is he thinking with me? Is he not thinking with me? These are all little nuances that I think get lost sometimes when we just want to talk about exit velocity and spin rate. It's like, let's talk about really what good hitters do and what they think about. So slowly trying to get that into these guys. And I also have to remember, 2 years ago, these guys won a World Series. And it's pretty much it's a very similar roster. So these guys know how to do it. I want to let them know, hey, I know you guys are really good. I watched you hoist that trophy 2 years ago, and I've got a lot of respect for that. It's just, let's find that magic again, because what I see up and down this lineup, and Corey's on the IL right now, but these guys can really hit. And then you put Corey Seager in the middle, you got something. It should be a top offense. I think in 23, it was the best offense in baseball. And that just doesn't go from best to worst. So I think the next 4 or 5 months, I'm really optimistic about it. The skill is there. The ability's there. We just got to do what we got to do behind the scenes to get it out of these guys. But I'm impressed. I'm happy. The one thing that really maybe surprised me more than anything else is how much emotionally invested I've gotten with these guys already. I feel like I have 12 or 13 kids now. Watching my son play in the minor leagues, it's you're living and dying with every at bat with him, yet trying to not let anybody see you sweat. And I'm starting to feel that with these guys. It's you do all the work pregame and all the grunt work, and then all of a sudden you can't get in the box with them, but you're living and dying with every at bat. And when they do something really good, a situation, they move a runner, they hit a sac fly inside. I'm trying to be cool, AJ. I'm trying to be poised, but inside I'm just going, yes.
Be yourself.
And when they fail,
Boone.
I feel it with them too.
Hey, FT fam, HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, Cam, because we're busy and we would like all of the ingredients to cook up something nice and make us look like elite chefs at home.
You know what I do? I've got kids in basketball, I've got soccer, I've got baseball. And when they get home, there's a fresh meal and they think, oh, Dad, he's so great. Well, no, it's not me. It's HelloFresh. It's nutritious. It's packed full of good nutrients. The kids have good energy, and they look at me like I'm the greatest dad in the world. So make sure you go grab that HelloFresh because you know what? It's doing my family all the good.
Cook up dishes like chicken Dijon and pecan crusted trout, over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats as well. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/FT10FM now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
What did Boach and CY say exactly that they wanted you to change?
Oh, they didn't say anything. Bochy just said, Booney, I want you to be Booney. And he knows how I think and my philosophy on hitting. And that the game changed a little bit, but I think that battle between pitcher and hitter, I don't care how long this game goes. It's still going to be a cat and a mouse. It's still going to be a catcher back there seeing what you're doing, watching your feet, watching your body language. So Boach pretty much knows what my philosophy is, and he's kind of giving me carte blanche. There are no rules in here. It's come in and do what you do, and just kind of rub off on these guys. And it's been a lot of fun. These guys are, I've been away for a while, but and it's teaching me. You never know where you're going in life. I was on the beach with my dog. I get a phone call. I'm at Fenway Park, where I think my last big league game I played there, and at that time. It was just, I'm supposed to be here for a reason. So I'm not really questioning anything. I'm just going out and doing my job. I'll tell you, it's a lot of work. I'm in that cage, especially on the road. It seems like I'm in that cage for hours at a time. And some of the guys that they're scuffling a little bit, they'll be in the cage and they'll come back. Then they'll come back again. A little bit of a psycho behavior, but I can relate because I got like that too.
All right, I want to know. I saw you at the beginning of the year. You were in San Diego. You're in street clothes, looking all dapper, the way you do it. Talking to your son-in-law, Nick, who plays for the Braves, talking to him about hitting and talking about this. Right. Does this give you more street cred with him now that you're a big league hitting coach? Will he actually listen to you about hitting now?
Oh, Nick? Street cred with Nick?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it kind of prepared me for this, because talking to these young players, talking to my son who just retired, now he's working in New York in the commissioner's office, but being around these young players, I found that as much as the game has changed, it stays the same. It's just the verbiage is different. Nick will call me and, Brett, this is what I'm doing. And then I'm going to hear a couple numbers. I'm going to hear spin rates. And I'm going to say, you know what that is? That spin rate you just mentioned, that's a great slider in my generation. And he'll mention another spin rate, and I'll say, that's a mediocre slider. We need to knock the crap out of it. Same with exit velocities. You know what that exit velocity is? 106. That's a bullet in our generation. So I think as much as the verbiage has changed, it's still the same thing. They say it a little bit differently. But I had a little idea, and on a serious note, having Nick there and having long conversations with him. And I listen. I think here's what I think in the message out there that I try to bring. You see older players sometimes and they get a little, it was better when we played. We don't like this current game. I think that's a naive approach to hitting. I think as much experience as we have as ex-players who are in this game, I've been in this game my whole life, starting with my dad and then my career and watching my kids grow up. I've got a lot of experience, but I need to be able to relate to the current player, and I can still learn from them. So I think that's what we need to do instead of saying our way, we did it this way. No, tell me some thoughts you have, and maybe, and I've been impressed sometimes. I'll say, I wish I thought like that when I was playing. That's a good thing, but listen to the older generation as well. And if you can meet somewhere in the middle, I think that's where that's where you make the magic. And, it's just an ongoing thing, generation after generation after generation. We can all learn from one another.
By the way, one of my prouder moments, I just looked up your career WAR. I have one more WAR than you, so suck it, Boone. And
you know what I think of WAR, AJ?
Make it even worse. I was one pick ahead of your brother in the draft, so apparently I'm just one better than the Boone family.
I can't believe you're dropping WAR. We didn't even know what WAR was.
I know. I trust me. I fight this all the time.
The thing is, and you know this, if I
war.
knew what WAR was, I would have doubled your WAR.
Well, you did it. You know what? You're one behind me, just like your brother. Okay, so I'm one. You're
quoting metrics that we didn't get paid on.
That's true.
We got paid on average homers, RBIs. That's what we
You're right.
concentrate on.
You're right. All right. So sorry. All right. 2 more things. One, I'm going to ask you this because I know you know him, or I know you knew him. Pete Rose, in or out? That's it. I just want to know in or out.
AJ, you're putting me in a tough spot. And I saw a segment. You know, when I was editing my Bret Boone podcast, I checked out a little foul territory. I saw you talking about it. I said, I hope he doesn't ask me about this. Pete played with my father in Philadelphia, won a World Series with him. I've spent many a night sleeping over at Pete Rose's house. And growing up, I had a lot of favorites. You know, it was who was going to spend time with me today? Is it going to be Mike Schmidt, Carlton? When my dad went to the Angels, am I going to hang out with Reggie today? I had an unbelievable childhood, very blessed. And I never had a favorite player. They'd ask me, who's my favorite player? I don't have one. I love them all. I just like hanging around all of them. But when push comes to shove and you ask me who is your favorite player to watch, Pete Rose is number one for me. Way he played the game, 4 hits wasn't enough. I need to get 5. Love the man. May he rest in peace. He broke a pretty coveted rule, and a rule that, you know, it really puts me in a bad spot because I want to say absolutely, but I can't say that because that's the one rule that was kind of top of the mountain. So, are you going to press me on it, or can I just?
Fine.
Can I go?
That's fine.
Can I go with? I'm glad I'm not in a position to vote.
No, we're good. All right. So before we let you go, because we got to let you go, I know you got to go to work, but I got to ask if this is a true story. Paul Konerko played with you in Cincinnati for like a week.
It's true. I can say it already. It's true. Paulie ain't gonna lie to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So there was a pop-up that goes up behind first base. Paulie's running back. He's like, I got it. You call him off, you catch it, and you look at him and you go, hey, Rook, I win gold gloves on my fielding percentage, so I get every pop-up.
Every pop. Well, plus I don't trust the first baseman. You know, I was trying to add to my WAR, AJ.
That's exactly right. And your range factor, range factor,
WAR. That's where it's at, baby. Look at Dante Bichette's WAR. That's what I think of WAR. That dude, he was a beast for 3 or 4 years, and he's got like a 5 WAR. That's where you lose me on WAR.
No, you lose me on WAR when you show things like certain guys are better than us. Lou Whitaker has 75 WAR. He's not in the Hall of Fame. What are we doing if that's what the end-all be-all is?
Well, I think with the Hall of Fame, and it comes to Hall of Fame, I think you have to go generation by generation. So for us, what was important for us, that's what you judge us on. Did we dominate our position? Now, the current guys, I think you're going to have to weigh OPS, WAR, because that's what they train for. So I think you can't just blanket. Until this modern era, it was kind of a blanket thing. But then you go back way back in the day, it was a dead ball era. So you didn't really judge guys on home runs because the balls were wound differently or something. So I think you got to take it each individual generation and who are the best of the best at the time, not necessarily the metrics.
He's right. 5.6 career baseball.
I mean, Dante Bichette could bang, by the way.
That's,
he could absolutely bang.
5 point. You saw that, Bronny? 5.6. Come on.
This
guy was a difference maker. MVP candidate.
You're right.
I know he's playing in Colorado, but still pretty good numbers.
I agree. That's a shame. That's not a good judgment of a player like that. Well, Booney, have fun. We're rooting for you. We're excited for this. So off to a good start, and we'll catch you down the line, all right?
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Booney. Good luck, buddy. Booney. Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.